What's going on, everyone? You know, there's a lot of things I'm proud of in my life. And one of those things is being a father. One of those things is being able to see my kids come home and, pass me some papers. Let me show you. What I'm saying? All these papers right here, these are all letters. All my babies got accepted into STEM. Our school is excited that we will be able to provide an after-school program that will focus on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, activities as well as academic enrichment. The program will be held Tuesdays through Thursdays, right? And from the time as we foresee possible waiting lists, but my kids made it in. They didn't have to go on waiting lists. They didn't have to. They're already there. Now, this to me, and I try to tell a lot of people, especially a lot of fathers, y'all don't know the impact that you have when you're in your kids' lives. You're there with them doing the homework. You're there with them and helping them read and write and do all type of scholastic stuff that will boost up their confidence. And as a father, I take very much pride in what I do. Seeing my daughter sit down on my bed and read to me. My sons tell me about science and history. Give to me about theories of why the earth does what it does. I am very much pleased, very, very pleased, because I want my children to surpass me in what I do. I tell my children, do better than what your father and your mother have done. I teach them even when they get home. I don't just, what you learn from school, that's it. That's as far as your education goes. I want my kids to soar far above me. And as I think about this, sometimes I always used to tell myself, I wonder, is a child in the seat next to them to the left or the right getting what they need? Is the parent praising their child and chastising their child, making sure that they go where they need to go? It's not enough just to squirt out a baby and say, well, I leave it up to the education to raise my kid. No, I go the extra mile. I talk to my kids. And I thought back to a show. that, that I grew up watching. I thought it was amazing. Let me go ahead and pass that show on to y'all. Because it was a show that I very much kicked it with. So let me go ahead and pull up that show for y'all. Because it's one of my favorite shows. Can y'all guess the show yet? It was in the 90s. No? Not yet? All right. How about I do this? Y'all remember this show right here? No? Not yet? All right, let's try this out.
Another slice of the life from Master T.J. Henderson. Super intelligent, a fine young gentleman. A 10-year-old whiz kid, bust a high school. A precocious little shorty with 1,000 IQ. He's got away with the ladies and he's keeping it real. Your favorite little study buddy, Daddy's just a kid. On ball, very clever. You could say that he's bright, brainy, gifted, whatever. Your brother is smart. He's a smart guy.
Smart guy. Smart guy. He's a smart guy. All right, y'all. Y'all want to play that again? One more time? One more time? All right, I'll play it for you one more time. Just for the classics. Just for the classics. All right? We're going to play it for y'all one more time, okay? I really do, like I said, y'all, I really enjoyed these shows in the 90s. I felt like they showed a father, the mother. I mean, well, his mother, the mother in the show, she died she died. I think she died from cancer. So the father had to raise the kids by himself. Very unique show. But it showed a single parent raising his daughter, his son, and his 10-year-old son, who was a genius. So one more time, let's play that.
I got the slice of the life from Master TJ Henderson. Super intelligent, a fine young gentleman. A 10-year-old whiz kid busting high school. A pernicious little shorty with 1,000 IQs. Got away with the ladies, always keeping it real. Your favorite little study buddy, he knows the deal. Daddy's such as a kid. On the ball, very clever. You could say that he's bright, great, and gifted, whatever. Your brother is smart. He's a smart guy. Smart guy. Smart guy. He's a smart guy.
So that was very fun. So I really did hope y'all enjoyed that piece. But I want to get back to it. So I want to say it like this, man. Like, for a lot of us coming up, especially being that kid that had some type of academic guidance and was trying to push hard, it was an uphill battle. It was a fight because you should already know you're not going to get that type of garnership and reverence like everybody else. I don't know why people say that we've always held our academics in high regard. We did from time to time, certain points. We did. But let's be for real. We don't cater to them. We don't cultivate them. We don't praise them up like that. I mean, the first artist I've ever seen that ever doggone was a geek and also a rapper was Lupe Fiasco. I'm just being for real, Lupe Fiasco. You know, he talked about stuff that I was like, whoa, he's talking about nerdy stuff, and he's rapping, and he has bars, and he can spit. Like, it wasn't an easy time for Black children, especially coming up in the 80s and 90s and somewhat of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. It wasn't an easy time. It wasn't an easy time for us coming up and, you know, dealing with everything going on in the community and also getting that support. We didn't support our children like we should. I make sure I do. Now, not to say some parents didn't do what they could, or some children understood that my best chance of getting out of this community is possibly traveling out, doing other things, going into RTC, probably, you know, getting a scholarship, band. But regardless of the fact, they didn't have to sell dope. They didn't have to spread their legs. They didn't have to go rob or do other kind of stuff. And I watch as people call these people educated lames and weirdos, and they shame them and they talk down on them, and they made it seem like these people were wanted to be white. Like, somehow being educated meant you wanted to be white. Somehow picking up a book meaning that you want to be self-included into stuff. But then, of course, things do come full circle. I agree with you. Tech. A lot of us, we were looking at technology, how to, tinker with a VCR. I remember my dad used to ask me how to work the VCR. I remember my mom used to say, Josiah, how do you work this computer? My mom bought one of the first computers. Her and my dad put the money together, bought a computer. And I was so engulfed into that. Any of y'all remember FBLA? Future Business Leaders of America? And somebody said, why settle with a job? Get a career. A job means just over broke. A career is something that you can take, cultivate, recreate. You can also do things and make different moves with it. But when I started to hear that people saying, well, you're trying to be like the white man. You're trying to think you're better than us. You think that you're better than what we are. And as I watched that, because I never thought that me as a black man, and other brothers included, and other people included, I never thought that us actually seeking education and bettering ourselves and getting into different studies and picking up on math, arithmetic, English, and all that other stuff, that we were trying to be like white people. I never thought that probably because we grew up with, we didn't have the clothing or the gear, as some people call it, or we didn't have the Feli's, the Reeboks, the FUBU, the Izods, you know what I'm saying? Because, I grew up in a household where there were 4 kids. My dad, he had his issues with incarceration. My mom was a parent that had to work. She went from the post office to working down south, where she had to get 2 jobs, take care of my grandma. Things were rough. And me and my brothers and my sister, we understood that we didn't want to struggle like our parents did. We didn't want to have the same problem. So we understood that we had to make up for that with education. How many of y'all can agree with that? We understood that. My sister didn't want to have to be like some of those girls, have to get in the car with a nigga that she don't want to be with, a creep. Me and my brother, we grew up in the north, so we saw how some boys, if they didn't go pick up selling or holding a bag, and I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of kids didn't want to be out there. They watched some of us as we were at the park playing, shooting basketball, having fun, and they got forced to grow up because they're like, listen here, nigga. You here with us. You a real man now. No, he wasn't. He was a boy. I told that to one of my friends. He thought he was so cool because he had a gun in his backpack. Granted, I knew where they kept the gun under a rock whenever you walk to school because somebody hid it there and we found it. He thought he was cool. He had a gun too. Kids with guns. Why should a child ever have a gun to go to school? Tell me, is that really what we want? I'd rather my kids be having to carry books, complaining about, oh man, like cafeteria food suck. I'd rather my kids complain about that than complain about worrying about having to go to doggone school and get beat up and jumped because they don't have a certain type of clothes on and all kinds of stuff. See, they'll talk to y'all about white supremacy. See, a lot of these fools will talk to y'all about white supremacy and all this stuff, but they don't talk to you about the struggles of what goes on inside of the school. Being clowned or cheese because you don't look a certain type of way or you don't go by a certain type of definition. Because you speak a certain type of vernacular English because your parents don't allow ebonics in the household. Me and my dad heard me say, hey, I said that to one of my friends, what up, G? My dad wore my behind out. He said, you said, sir? No, sir. Ma'am, and no, ma'am. You speak with honor and dignity in class. When you start laying in the pig pen with the pigs, start picking on mud. And you see, that's the thing about it. A lot, and shout out to Mr. Fantastic. He's doing the show right now. A lot of black children, especially when Clinton put in that No Child Left Behind, were pressured because they were moving so advanced. They were doing stuff. And see, the thing about it was that for a lot of children, they wanted their peers to say, hey, good job. Start to learn that, you know what? I'm going to have to be alone. I'm going to have to move by myself. And see, my children, they're learning that. They're like, you know, Dad, I want my friend to come with me into this advanced study class. I said, they can't, baby. Why not? Because he trying to put in extra work. You come home, you read for 45 minutes to an hour. He comes home, he jumps on a video game. You come home, I make you do brain teasers and puzzles and learn about history and science and philosophy. That child learning the new rap lyrics. So the margin starts to grow because I always kept myself and those around me with their head in the book. I always made sure that they had to be accountable because at some point, someday, all that's going to be called. And when that went on to happen, I would see some of the brothers, they would get caught. Everybody looking at them, the whole community seeing them for what they're doing. And they'll say, like, hold up. Hey, my G, hold it down. Hold up. You want me to hold it down? Hold down what? Get in the car. You know him? No, sir, I do not. Hold down what? Because see, what we're seeing now, we're seeing that educated brothers are being called back. Told that we abandoned the community, or that because of slavery, all of us can't make it. Or do you choose not to make it? Or you choose not to do better for you? You choose not to actually be an impact in your community, with your family, with those around you. You see, when you choose not to compete, like my children are choosing to compete, like I had to choose to compete, like my wife had to choose to compete. When you choose not to compete, only one who failed you, it wasn't the system, it was yourself. How is it possible that people back then put in more work than your sorry ass? You could choose to sit in bed and wait for blessings to rain down upon you. Or you could choose to get up and do it for yourself. Yep. My kids, you know, my kids found a skateboard that had a hole in it. Like it had like a little hole. And my son took a pipe and a rock. This was cool. And he took the skateboard because his sisters wanted to ride with him. Took the rock, and he bashed the skateboard hole until the pipe went through. The girls got on, they had a scooter, and they would push each other, while the other one could stay on the skateboard and ride. I said, son, what you did right there, you just created a scooter. Did you know that? He said, I didn't know that. I just wanted her to be able to stay on the board so she have something to hold on to. He didn't know he did that. He just thought about it, he imagined it, and he put it to work. She was grateful. I said, this boy is going to go somewhere. And I have to cultivate and make sure that it's taken care of. I watch parents, they more worried about what their kid is wearing, their kid is getting booty, all that kind of crazy nonsense. But I'm like, I'm worried about my kids getting this. getting these paperwork, getting put into programs where they can excel their education and build themselves and walk forward in the light of what they have worked hard for. You gotta understand, like, I would, one of the things that always perplexed me about the Black community is that we would praise the brother or the people that get out of incarceration or already have some type of education after they done, foiled and screwed up their lives. And we have to take them that, well, because you were the prison, you got the experience, and you've had time to sit down and read some books and read the Bible and learn the scriptures and all stuff. I watch a lot of these dudes after they done fucked up their life, they start coming to you and start preaching to you like they're a prophet. I used to call them prison degrees. I call that prison degrees. They go to school, they get woke to some stuff because they have nothing but time to sit down and, recollect all kind of crazy stuff. And then they start speaking in the community like they got 99 different ideas. But they'll tell the individual who actually put in the time, the work, walk the straight and narrow, they'll tell that person, shut up, you sound like a sellout. And I'll be like, what? Are you kidding me? You'll call that person. I was told I was a sellout because I went, after getting tired of the foolishness, I went, joined the military, went to school, stacked my money, helped my girl go through school. We bought ourselves a place, got ourselves a new vehicle. We started making different moves and started investing in different stuff, and came out fine. Now we have 4 beautiful children. We got a nice home. We got a few businesses under our belt. But it's because of hard work, discipline, concentration, and ambition. I was always hungry for more. And I would always tell her, like, hey, what else do you think you can do better to better yourself? I would always ask her, she's like, Joe, why do you always ask that question? I said, because so long as you see that you're not at your limit, just like I'm not at my limit, we can keep on moving forward. We can keep on always pressing to be better. And see, because I have that mentality. I push that mentality on not just me, but also on my children and also on her and those around me. Because see, I see that I can always grow for room for improvement. I understand that if there's an opportunity, better to try than not try at all. Again, a lot of Black people don't want out. This brother who coming out of who got his prison degree and telling y'all about, the heebie-jeebies and all kind of stuff. Like, I'd be like, hold up, bro. Like, who? What are you doing? What play are you running? Now, not to say that you can, turn your life around. Yeah, that's fine. But accountability comes into play. It does. It just does. Like, y'all make it seem like these people don't know what they're doing. Like, y'all make it seem like somehow you didn't have the same opportunity like I did. I've seen people who literally are dirt poor and doggone the system. Go to school. One girl, shout out to Ikira, she got 2 scholarships. 2. Philip got accepted into Clemson, Georgia Tech. He got accepted into 3 schools. Of course, he was in Clemson. But Philip was dirt poor. Everybody knew it. Everybody knew it. You want to know what Philip is doing now? Philip is an electrician. Yes, he is. And Philip's already traveled the world 5 times. He makes amazing money. He has his doggone license for business practice. He's doing an amazing job. And any brother here can do that too. And Philip said, despite what they said about me, I chose. And I chose wisely. But see, we keep on hearing a lot of these fools keep on talking about, well, you think that you're better than us. You think you're like the white man. You think that you got, like, shut the hell up. Maybe they just want to do better for themselves. Maybe they just want what's good for them and their family. Why do y'all always make it seem like everything a black man does that is forward thinking, that is actually for his betterment, he wants to be like the white man? Maybe he just wants to be better than you. But you can't say that. Not to these fools, because they understand that you're shaming me. You're talking down on me. Who are you? Only God can judge me. And I'm like, no, bitch. That's not my job to rehabilitate you. Your job is to get your shit together. But see, when you say that out loud to some of the people, they got a problem. They do. Because they don't want out of their foolishness. They rather stay in their muck and murk and still be given a trophy. Some of them, they choose to say, well, I want to work, but not work that hard. That's what they say. And honestly, leave them be. You know, I still got to do my content towards what Ren said. Believe me, I will. Because I understand one thing. I understand that when you try to come down to a lot of these degenerate Negro conversations, when you try to understand that a lot of these niggas on this goddamn social media platform ain't shit, that if you don't agree with a lot of their fuckery, they have a problem with you. You're gonna understand that when you're a self-made man, and a lot of the men in this chat, a lot of the women in the chat, we're self-made people. We don't need the validation of these motherfuckers, because we've been doing it for so long by ourselves. And why now, all of a sudden, as grown adults, why do we give a fuck? Like, people say, well, this is because you're sexually and appetite. No, because I literally have more things on mine than your bullshit. Motherfuckers will fight in the parking lot and destroy everything, and people will just stare at them. Where's the lie? I watch niggas that come out of prison start quoting scriptures and talking about slavery and giving you dates. Well, nigga, you had nothing but goddamn 20 years to learn all that shit and recite it. Every nigga that come out of prison ain't no goddamn Malcolm X. I don't know why, because when they come out and they start going pro-black, y'all niggas make it seem like they're Malcolm X. Every nigga that raises a fist and talks about the Kufi and talk about white supremacy, that nigga ain't no goddamn doctoral goddamn motherfucker. Like, he just says shit because guess what? Y'all niggas want some type of validation. You want to be included because you already know the blacks that you were with at the time, they left you. It's not fucking with you. Exactly. I'm already better than my uncle's grandfather and grandfathers and father. Not to knock them down, but I am not. I am not being their curse. Yeah. A lot of us, and I'm gonna do a topic on that also. A lot of us black men, after watching the fuck ups of our uncles and all the men in the community, why the fuck would we want to participate in that? Huh? Did anybody ever think that? Did anybody think I maybe don't want to go to jail? Did anybody think I probably want a good record? Did anybody think I probably don't want to have bastard kids running around that I gotta worry about? Man, I hope my kids don't end up fucking each other because I didn't tell them that they have another brother or sister out there. They might tell them that, guess what? Maybe I have more self-esteem than you. You had to get with mom because you got her knocked up and you got to swallow that. I don't have to get with somebody who lowers their stuff. Mind you, my mom, she busts her ass every goddamn day. She drives truck. My dad's a farmer. He owns his land, many acres. If I wanted to quit this shit right here and just say that I'm coming out there to be a farmer, farmers make money. If I wanted to just go out there and make some money and pull in at least about 2 or 3K a week, I'll go out there to Mississippi. That's where I'll go. I could do it. I have the VA and I have all the stuff that I worked hard for and I accumulated. I choose to stay here. But also, I understand that a lot of people don't want accountability. They don't. They want to take place in the foolery. We got black men going around on YouTube calling other black men pedophiles, pedos, when they got whole goddamn past records on them. Yet they go around slandering other black men, but then they all talk about Emmett Till. Make that shit make sense. You got black women talking about white supremacy, but they fucking cops. You're a cop. The fuck you talking about? How pro-black are you? And you're a Hebrew Israelite. Y'all niggas are full of shit. Y'all corny as fuck. You got a lot of these goddamn women coming, hopping from chat to chat, talking about, oh, these are beta males, but then understand this, bitch, these beta males don't want you. They don't want you. They don't want to take on your problems of your bastard kids. They don't want to be around you. I mean, let's be for real. Like, you got it right now where a lot of these blacks that y'all say y'all don't want to fuck with are literally doing things now or in roles now that affect you, black people who are fucked up or in a disposition. Yeah. Literally, a majority of black people, they're in positions higher than you, where it can come back and backlash and fuck you up. But I'm gonna go because I don't want to keep on. I don't want to keep on, saying what I'm saying, and I know how some people feel. But don't worry, I'm gonna do a talk about it later.
Hearing.
I got to, because that's what I do. All right, y'all. Let me go hit the intro music. I'll see you guys later. Like the video, share, subscribe. Shout out to my kids. I'll see you guys later. Peace.